I'd like to talk to you about how to use pronouns. But to start, we need to understand what a pronoun is. The short answer to that is that a pronoun stands in for a noun. They fall under three categories. There's the personal pronoun, the possessive, and the reflexive. To give you an example of each, let's say my name is Stephanie. My personal pronoun would be I. My possessive pronoun would be mine. And my reflexive pronoun would be myself. And just so you know, reflexive basically means like a mirror. So in a sentence, a reflexive pronoun like myself will reflect off of another noun or pronoun that means the same thing. To give you more examples, personal pronoun might be you, your, and yourself. So as you can see, people have pronouns, but things also have pronouns as well, and that would be it. So for example, Central Park in New York City would be, you would refer to it as it. So in the spring, Central Park has beautiful flowers, or it has beautiful flowers. One word of warning about using pronouns is that sometimes you can have what we call pronoun confusion in your writing. If you use too many pronouns, the reader might have a hard time understanding who you're referring to. Let me give you an example. You might see a sentence that says, "He bought an ice cream cone for him." In this sentence, we have two pronouns, he and him, but it's not quite clear who he and him are. This happens a lot for writers. We might introduce our characters at the beginning of a chapter or a sentence and then go on to refer to them only by pronouns, and our readers get confused about what our characters are doing. So in this case, you can clarify by getting rid of the pronouns and actually using the nouns. Like you might say, Kyle bought an ice cream cone for his brother. Much clearer sentence. Now we can visualize who the characters are. And one more note about pronouns. The reason that we use them is because they can help our sentences be much more interesting. It can be cumbersome to constantly refer to people by their names or by their proper nouns. I have a friend who is a doctor in New Zealand, and he said that they tend to not use pronouns very much. And so when he's taking in a patient, the nurse might say to the patient, "Matt is going to take your blood pressure, and then Matt is going to give you some oxygen, and then Matt is going to leave the room, and then Matt's going to come back in an hour and see how you're doing." You can see how that sentence becomes incredibly clunky, and that's why pronouns can really be our friends. They can make our sentences much more smooth, much more readable. So this is just a little general primer on how to use pronouns in your writing.